This week we're going to take a look at updated crop condition ratings and crop progress for beans. We're also going to take a look at the short-term weather forecast as we move into the first week of August. And we're going to wrap things up with some concerns about export demand. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We moved in this last week of July here, and the soybean market remains historically volatile. Let's start out this week looking at updated trends in crop condition ratings. Now, as usual, here our circles depict, the colors in the circles depict changes compared to last week. The red circles imply deterioration in good to excellent ratings for that state. The yellow circle implies unchanged, and the green circles imply improvement. Nationwide, we did see a 2 percentage point drop in good to excellent, down to 59%. I would note that that's still slightly above where it was last year at this time. Looking at some trends, west of the Mississippi River, the only state that was not lower than the previous week was in Minnesota, where conditions were unchanged. Now, in the east of the Mississippi River, a bit of a difference there. We did see some improvement in Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, as well as most of the southeast relative to a week ago. Let's move forward now and look at our aggregate crop condition index for beans. It is at a season low now with the deterioration we saw last week. It is fractionally above where it was last year and still above where it was in 2017 and 2019, but considerably below where it was some of these recent years, for example, in 2020. Now let's look at crop development. Pod setting is increasing here as the last week of July gets underway. Nationwide, we were at 26% done with soybean setting pods. On average, between July 24th through August 7th, we see about nearly a third of these beans set pods. So really critical as we enter August to monitor weather trends. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at our short-term forecast as we enter August. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Now, we're starting out here with a bit of a change in temperatures. It's going to remain mild through the rest of this week into the early weekend. However, starting Sunday through Tuesday of next week, it's going to get warmer from west to east. So it is turning much warmer. Now, here's the real news story here. Look at some intense heat developing around Wednesday through Friday of next week in that red circle. Some of those states highlighted would be South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, western Iowa, parts of southwest Minnesota, as well as western Iowa. So critical to see how that evolves. Now we're looking at some rainfall, though, also from August 3rd through the 9th. We're looking at some rainfall primarily across that eastern corn belt there. Not heavy rainfall at the moment, but as we all know, the weather can change. Now we're looking at the next 14 days in aggregate. The warmest and driest is going to be up in that northern plains and the western corn belt. As we move further south and east, it is going to be closer to normal. Now this is a weather market, so we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now we're going to move forward and revisit some slides we looked at last week on demand. Let's take a look at those slides. Now, starting out here again, going back to the third week in June, we expressed some concern at that time about cancellations of beans as well as the potential for switching to Brazil. But at that time, we were still looking at the second highest unshipped bean sales total ever at that time. Now we're looking at today here. This is updated with the most recent week. We're now at the fifth highest level of unshipped sales, still a decent level, but well below some of these recent years. A reason for that is due to cancellations, as we saw some Chinese cancellations recently and also some switching to Brazil. Here's the key message that we highlighted. Despite a recovery in weekly sales from the most recent reporting period for beans, it continues to appear that the USDA old crop export forecast is at least 40 million bushels too high. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. Now we'll continue to look at this chart through the remainder of the calendar life here. We're looking at a bit of a rebound here with November 22 bean futures now near $13.85 a bushel. That's still $3.75 above the 5-year average. So yes, it is down from that spring high, but it is well above the 5-year average. So we strongly encourage you to continue to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.